A number of years ago, I was on a show with Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. And
both of them?
Yeah, both of them, on their show.
Yeah.
I was working at ESPN doing NFL. I would do Mike Greenberg after doing my NFL stuff, and then I would come on there because Stephen A. and I were friends. I didn't know Skip personally, and I'm going to be honest with you. Skip Bayless is not one of my favorite people.
I can imagine.
Okay. So I'm on there doing the show. I do the show and everything. And then all of a sudden, this is when the Tebow phenomenon was going on. Mm-hmm. And he was a huge Tim Tebow guy. You know, this guy is this.
I remember it.
Okay.
Oh.
So I come on there on a Monday, and, you know, we're trading barbs and everything. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I just level set it and was like, listen, if throwing the football is important in the NFL, Tim Tebow will never be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yep.
So he got defensive, and then he came back and said, well, that's why you didn't win a Super Bowl. Okay.
So what'd you say?
Which got nothing to do with nothing.
Agreed.
We went to commercial break.
So you didn't say nothing before commercial? He just said his...
No.
Okay. Good man.
I took my earpiece out, and I told him, I'll never be on your show again. Yeah. And if you ever say anything like that to me again, I'll punch you right in the fucking face.
Good for you. That's why I like you. What did he say?
He couldn't say anything because I got up. I'm off the set. Then the producers came. Hey, Cris, no, it's not necessary. Then the people came from the back. Stephen A. was like, Cris, man, this is not. I was like, bro, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing. I'll never be on another show. I won't be on this show ever again as long as he's on here.
Correct.
So then come 3 or 4 years later, he goes to Fox. Mm-hmm. I leave ESPN. The guy that was directing the show was hiring the people at Fox.
Okay.
So he's like, man, I know, man, y'all had a dust up. Do you have any problem with him? I said, I don't have no problem with him.
No.
I don't have no problem with him at all.
Me, I'm good.
No. Well, we talked to him. He doesn't have a problem with you. Why would he?
Yeah.
Why would he have a problem with me?
Mm-hmm.
So I had very little interaction with him when I went to Fox, but I knew that it's like playing in a card game that the deck is tricked up.
Yeah. Big JTV, man. I unloaded the clip on y'all. I unloaded that massive clip on y'all, and it was preaching. Cris Carter was preaching. And he said to to Skip Bayless, I will punch you in your effing face if you ever disrespect me to that level. And I'm going to try to see if I can find the clip. And I will put in the clip here. If I found it, I'm going to put it right here.
You said he's not a starter in the league.
That's not a starter. There's plenty of other players besides the starter. Okay, that's 6 weeks ago. You need to move on till today.
No, you need to move on. What does he do every fourth quarter?
You're right.
Game after game after game. They all say it. He's inspired the whole franchise.
So you covering sports all these years don't matter?
I just watch with my eyes. I've been covering it a lot longer than you've been playing it. I can tell you that.
And I give you credit for that.
Okay? Yeah, but you can't take away his
I give you credit for that.
Okay? Well, I just think I'm right about it. I can't discredit
But you don't know.
Neither does he. What have I always told you? Some of the worst judges of personnel are the best players. Michael Jordan's the worst GM in the history.
So now
we also debate the fact that as reporters, when our objectivity is skewed for whatever reason, that might factor.
So a reporter can't be wrong.
He's a player. He might be subjective because of that. You're a reporter. You may be subjective.
So you tell me there aren't bad reporters that have jobs reporting compared to John Elway with his skill level?
Like, I agree. I've always had a good eye for talent. You can look at my draft record on this show.
So you discredit my ability to be.
No, I'm just saying you're wrong about this one. Just this one.
I did play.
You're not giving him any credit.
I did give him credit.
Okay, but you're saying don't give him so much credit.
So in other words, no. So if we don't play, all right, he played the game. I certainly have never played football.
You laughed the last time. What happened?
Wait a minute.
You ate it again and again.
Let me ask you a question.
How many times were you wrong, Cris Carter? How many times? 7 times.
I know I went to 8 Pro Bowls and played 16 years.
Yeah, how many rings do you have?
I ain't got none. You got the same amount as you.
No, I don't.
Same amount as you.
But Tim Tebow's got on your opinion of Tim Tebow. Do you? I know you said
I
he's
need
not
to
a
see
starter.
more of him.
Okay.
But this is the thing about Tebow. The lockout hurt Tebow. You got to put other pieces. Like, he's not even getting the full. Like, he's not even getting. If you're going to run this offense, you got to put some other people around to help him.
You got to draft for this offense. Chris, stop.
It's super disrespectful. Let's not pretend like it's not. Skip just doesn't know when to chill, right? And that's been his problem throughout his career. He invented. Let me tell you something, man. When you see people trolling on the internet, when you see your Vitalis, your Fuzi Tubes, your Sneakos, your, Speed, Kai Cenat. Actually, Kai Cenat is not like that. I would say Speed is like that. When you see all these characters on the internet, Andrew Tate, for example. Andrew Tate's actually a great example. When you see these people on the internet who are staging, who are trolling, who are playing a character, an exaggerated character on the internet in order to gain viewership, which gets sponsorships or gets memberships or gets, internet product selling, digital marketing, anything like that. When you look at that, those tactics on the internet, them troll ways, those attention, sensational seeking ways come from something. And they come from the OGs of the game. And one of the OGs in sports media, and you could say he's the triple OG, is Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless has been trolling LeBron for 20 plus years, man. All that hate and vitriol and character assassination, 20 years. All of that Tim Tebow deriding, that's trolling, by the way, for years upon years. And you have somebody here like Cris Carter who just straight up said, I'm not going to take it. And that's the difference. That's the difference. The Skip's trolling and his character is, like I said in multiple videos, is his downfall. So let me tell you something, man. You control as hard as you want, but some people ain't gonna take it, man. Some people will get fed up. Some people will be like, hey, I'm not going. And later on this, show, by the way, check it out, Fully Loaded YouTube channel. And I'm assuming this is a new show that Cris Carter is doing, because Cris Carter used to be on FS1 early on. He actually was with Nick Wright. And by the way, Nick Wright is kind of a troll too. No, it's not like Nick Wright is kind of a troll too, but Nick Wright at least tries to keep it slightly objective in between the trolling. But on this Fully Loaded show, you know what I mean? Cris Carter also breaks down the fact that a lot of these debate shows are staged, right? So right now I'm going to put in another clip of Cris Carter talking about that.
Is tricked up. Okay, so number one thing you should know about Skip Bayless and some of the programming, the way that it was done at ESPN and at Fox, I'm going to say this, that it's a form of wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, you know who going to win.
it.
You know who going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's predetermined. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of the arguments and everything are either predetermined or assigned.
You're going to win this one.
And everything is slanted in Skip and Stephen A's favor. They pick the subjects, and they pick what side they gonna take.
Then you got to defend the other one. It's like showing up to court and picking out what you want to do for. Yeah, let me look at the odds first, then I'll pick my side.
And now I'm gonna say something about Stephen A. Stephen A. is an authentic dude. He is a journalist. He's a broadcaster. He's also an entertainer. And he's fair. And Stephen A. has a treasure trove of information about people that he would never let go on the air. It would make him more popular, but he'll never
do it.
He would never do it because he's got stories, he's got context, he's got relationships, he's got sources like that would carry you a lifetime in the business. Like, he is legit. He is the real deal. But to me, it was always, Stephen A. was always carrying Skip.
Yeah, agreed.
And and Stephen A's audience was accepting of Skip, or it just got them so fired up that they really got into the debate thing.
Well said, man. Like Chris Carter said right there, man. It's wrestling, man. It's wrestling. It's WWE. It's a form of entertainment that we, the observer, are watching because it's not authentic. It's staged, right? And when you have somebody who is as practiced in his character as Skip Bayless is, he's always going to lean back into his character rather than the authentic human being that he is, right? So it's no surprise that when Skip left Undisputed or got fired, he didn't want to do a farewell. Why didn't he want to do a farewell? Because it would be against his quote-unquote character. His character is the heel. You're not supposed to be sad or, feel sorry for the heel. You're supposed to hate the heel. You know what I mean? Currently, one of the biggest heels of all time is Roman Reigns in the WWE. You're not supposed to feel sorry for Roman Reigns. You're supposed to be cheering for Cody Rhodes to win WrestleMania 40 because the kids love Cody Rhodes. The parents who buy merch for the kids love Cody Rhodes. He's the money maker. And in order for you to keep being over and for you to sell tickets and sell pay-per-views, you have to give the audience what they wanted. And Skip got so lost in his character of being a contrarian, disrespectful piece of trash that he became that character, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I might leave y'all with a clip of Chris Carter talking more about it, or I might not. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Big J TV, I'm out.